Yeah, I'll record the whole thing. And then, yeah, if you ever want to watch it back, you can also, you'll just learn that it's, I don't know, starts at 5 minutes, the meditation, skip forward on the YouTube, and then you can just literally play it if you need to. So I want to introduce my friend Sandra. I don't know how long we've been pals now. Like, I think we met in lockdown.
Oh yeah, it was a year
Yeah.
or so ago, 18 months ago. So time's just completely taken on a completely different meaning at the moment. So it's hard to know how long people have known each other, but it feels like lockdown's introduced so many people into completely new ways of being. So yeah, it must be about 18 months, I guess.
And Sandra's doing amazing things. And Sandra obviously uses the products, as does her husband. And she came and did an amazing healing for me. Sandra regressed me, and I was a sort of Viking. She said, your feet, and I was walking through the snow, and I was like 6 foot something with this beard. I had hair down. It was unreal. And we did this whole, oh, it was so powerful. And I was crying. Do you remember? I was like, oh, it was so powerful. So Sandra is incredible. So I said to her, oh, please, she did a meditation for me as a gift during lockdown. I think I was struggling with the homeschooling and everything. And I laid on my bed and I closed my eyes, and then I heard her going, 3, 2, come back, Chloe. And I was like, that was about 3 minutes. It was an hour. I was snoring. It's unbelievable. So I said, please do a meditation for my lovely ladies. Come and help us on a Sunday unwind. So Sandra, do you just want to share a little bit about what you do and things?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Chloe, for inviting me to come along. I really appreciate it. And it's lovely to meet all of you ladies. And it's great, this program that we've all been on over this last couple of weeks, and the cleanse to come. So we need to be ready for tomorrow, which is amazing. So I'm Sandra Jennings. As an individual therapist, I'm a past life regression therapist. I do something called Beyond Quantum Healing, which is another type of hypnotherapy, but going into the quantum field and gaining information. I work with something called light language, which I'm going to give you a little bit of later on at the end of the meditation. It's a form of, it's a universal language where we are connecting to our higher aspects, our multidimensional aspects. So it's a channeled, if you imagine like Reiki, but it's a channeled form of that. So it just comes through. And so when I do this at the end, it does sound a little strange if you're not used to it, because it's a dialect and sometimes it can be singing. But I'm just going to do 5 minutes or so of that at the end, because it's a really healing process, and it will connect into you within your soul will remember it, even if consciously it seems like a strange dialect or a strange thing. Your soul will remember, and you will all receive it at the level where you need to receive it at. So so I work with light language. I also run something called Blue Pool Network, and I don't know if any of you have come across it before. There is a Facebook group for Blue Pool, but fundamentally what it's all about is supporting people to come together, to collaborate, to just be together with like-minded souls. And we run monthly meetups where it's a sort of effectively a combination of workshop, coming together, connecting. We have loads of fun, yeah, so I run those on the first Saturday of every month. So I'm working on a project which is supporting practitioners, so lots going on, but sort of basically me in a nutshell, I guess.
Amazing, thank you. And Sandra, have you got like your contact details that you can pop in the chat box?
Yes,
I will obviously send the recording
yes.
tomorrow for everyone, and in there I'll include Sandra's details. But go into Blue Pool, have a look at what they're doing, and feel free to message Sandra. And at the end of the meditation, literally we will just finish the meditation and then kind of just let you go off and do your thing. So we won't sort of chat afterwards. So if you've got any questions at all, pop them in now. But we'll just at the end just say, is everybody okay? And if there's anything that, you know, shifted or moved, feel free to unmute and let us know. But Sandra wanted you to have her details here. So if you need to message her, or you can call her and say, oh, this happened, this was amazing, or drop her a message. So that's all in the chat box, whether you want to take a screenshot of that before we start or jot down her mobile number. The next event is the 4th of December, Bloomsbury's in Biddenden. so there's a link to purchase tickets, I think, is there? That will be in Blue Pool, yeah, as well. So yeah, just reach out to Sandra. People can't access the chat box. It's Sandra at Blue Pool, as in a swimming pool, network.co.uk. So you can drop her an email if you need to. But yeah. And does anyone have any questions at all before we start? You can pop them in the chat box. I know when Sandra did some light language with me, I was like, this is great. Like, it was, I'd never heard anything like it. So Sandra, you're literally channeling spirit, like divine spirit things, but it's not Sandra's words, it's somebody else. It's amazing.
Yeah, so basically it is it's difficult to explain, but it's actually higher aspects of me. So it's still part of me, but it's the much higher frequency. So I'm bringing through, it's sometimes star beings, it sometimes can be the angelic realm. So it just depends on what comes through. And sometimes it comes through in forms of dialect, and sometimes it comes through in a form of singing. So what I will do is just at the end of the meditation, I'll just go into a few minutes of that, because it's a really lovely healing process. So it's a little bit of a healing at the end of the meditation.
Amazing, thank you.
Everybody's happy with that.
Yeah, no, thank you. And Caroline said Bloomsbury's is such a lovely place.
It is, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Let's start, shall we? So Phil, just get yourselves comfortable. Annoyingly, I'm in my office chair, so I might lay on the floor. But then I said to Sandra, what if I fall asleep at the end? She's like, Chloe, end the Zoom. And I'm like, you're snoring or something. So I'm hoping I don't pass out. But yes, right, Sandra.
I'll nudge you if you do. So.
I'm going to turn off my camera because I might end up on the floor or something like that. So, but Sandra, I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay, no worries.
Take it away, Missy.
Okay, so again, so thank you for everybody for joining us this evening. And I'm going to go straight into this meditation, which is, I find it a really powerful tool to be able to use if you're just feeling a bit overwhelmed. It's a great tool to use. You can truncate it down, so it doesn't have to be a full meditation. You can use the concept and just take yourself through this, or again, as Chloe said, that she's going to send you the recording, so you can listen to the recording, and it'll be a lovely, relaxing process. When we get to the end of it, I will then just do a little bit of the light language. And then when we come to the end of that, I'll just bring you back round again and just and talk you and count you back out. But we won't chat at the end, because I just don't want to take you out of that really relaxed space that you're going to be in. But please, if anybody has any concerns at the end, or you want to just chat to me about anything, just raise your hand or just stay on at the end, and I can always talk to you after everybody's gone, or by all means, just message me afterwards, and we can contact in that way. So if anything comes up during the process, okay? So if we're ready, we'll begin. So I assume you've all found yourself a nice, lovely, comfortable position. So I just want you now to take a few deep breaths. Bring your awareness into this now moment. And just starting to feel present within your own physical body. And breathe into your heart. Just feel the rise and fall of your chest. Breathing energy in. Continue to breathe that energy into your heart. And on the out breaths, imagine that you're spreading that energy through your entire body. breathing that energy outwards through your physical body. Imagine the energy coming in through your heart and expanding through your body. And imagine that that energy is a blurry white light. So continue to breathe inwards, more of that light into your heart. And breathing that light into your body, through your physical body, cleansing, clearing, renewing, recalibrating. Through your emotional body, calming, centering. And through your mental body, just quietening your mind, letting go of any thoughts of the day, just allowing them to drift past, just observing. Just continue to breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Your whole body is now focused on giving itself energy. Really starting to relax now. This is your time, just for you. This is your time to fill you up, to return to you. Any sounds that you hear, noises, traffic, a clock, people talking, just let it be. Allow all the sounds to fade gently into your experience. Just focus on the sound of my voice, knowing you are so safe and so loved and so cherished. Just keep focusing on your breath. Your eyelids are getting heavier and heavier as you're sinking into your chair or your bed. Just feeling any tension flowing out of your muscles and your bones. Just allow yourself to be here now. Becoming heavier and heavier in this now moment, in a very relaxed state. a very calm state. You now are the observer of yourself in your human form. So just imagine yourself now in your human form in this now moment. And you're watching yourself in any situation that may arise, that may cause you stress or anxiety or upset in any way. Maybe you've been worrying about something, or you've heard a conversation that's affected you, or you're just too tired and exhausted, and that's affecting you. You are just observing, you're human, just watching, just observing, not participating, not really hearing anything, just looking at yourself and noticing a reaction in you that doesn't feel good. And I'd like you now to give your human in this world a parachute. And I'd like you to watch yourself putting the parachute on. See yourself putting the straps on, one arm and then the next. And now tie the straps around your waist. Notice the fixtures, buckles, anything that needs to be fastened so that you're securely tied in. This is not just any parachute, but this is your amazing parachute that will serve you in any moment, because in the typical world, parachute descends to reality. You jump out of the plane, you pull the ripcord and float gently down. This is a different type of parachute. So find the ripcord on your chest. It's a little toggle. And I'd like you to pull that cord down now. And as you do, it releases the parachute from its bag upon your back, and you start to rise. Gently, slowly. You start to rise off the ground. Away from the earth. And you slowly glide up, 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 and up. And everything on earth gets smaller as you float through the clouds in Earth's atmosphere, higher and higher. Now you can see the blue oceans of Gaia, the continents, the deserts, the greenery, as you lift higher and higher. And just at that point, when you can see the whole of Gaia, the whole of the globe of the planet, the whole of the earth, I want you to stop and just watch. Watch Gaia. Watch our beautiful planet Earth and notice how quiet it has all become. You can no longer see any detail. You can only see the beautiful jewel of the planet that you inhabit. So peaceful, so quiet, no noise. There is nothing to see except the beauty of the sphere that we live on. And as you float above Gaia, as you feel the peace, as you see the bigger picture, as you dwell within the silence and the purity of the air you are now breathing, I am going to ask you to slowly, gently, peacefully, without any words, just look to your left. And then look to your right. And as you do this, you start to notice light forms starting to appear either side of you. They appear in the shape of beings made entirely of light. All of these beings are around the whole of the circumference of the earth. They are not speaking. They are just holding the light. Holding the energy. Watching over. Supporting from a distance. And as you acknowledge all of these peaceful beings that are just present with you, I'd like to ask you to look down now at your own body and see that you no longer have physical form. You are one with all of these beings. You are the pure light that you have always been. And in this moment, you get to see that. You get to be that now. you get the opportunity to acknowledge yourself and all that you are, which is so much bigger than the detail. So float here as the pure white light being that you already are. You can just view everything from a distance, peacefully. The love that you are, with the love that you are surrounded by in this moment, and every single moment that you choose to be love. For when we are love, we experience the peace within and the connection to the whole. The connection to everything. And this is the space you can return to in every moment of your life. Knowing that you experience this today. And you now have the tool to bring you to this place whenever you need peace. Whenever you feel unbalanced, for any reason. Because from this space, as you give, yourself the opportunity to just be the light being. There is no story, no story to see, no story to think about, no story to react to. Just you, at one with you. The you have always, always been. So now, just for a few more moments, gaze upon Gaia and the beauty that she is, the purity she is, the purity of you, and the purity of all around you, who are also those humans on Earth. Just take a moment to have a final feeling and experience of this peace and the beauty of who you are, who you have always been, knowing this is a place you can return to just by imagining again at any moment that you are going to put on your parachute and let the rest follow, because you now know what to do. So take one last look. And just allow yourself to continue to float. Feel the peace all around you. And just relax and allow yourself to receive the light codes that I'm going to bring through. Shiamara kutumala skniya mahaya namala kutumala shia yamara kutula mala. Asaya naki hamala kahana mala kurukutumala shia namala katia namala. Asamala hiya marakutula malasia kahana malakutumala shia yamakutu. Usamala hana malakia tamala shora kamalakatia katatamalashkia. Asalmalahana makatamalashkuru makatamalashia namalahata makutututata. Asamalakatia malashki hetekmala aya malakuru makata. Saha namarakiti amalashi umalaya marakutusha. Asamalahana mahaya karamakutula malasia yamarakutula malashia. Asamalahana marakutula malashia yamarakutu. Shatiki anamalahana malakurukumalakia. Asamala yamara kotomala shia na makuru makala. Asamala ikiana mara kitikamalashia. Somala amala yamara umala shikia mala kotomalasia. Samala hiya mala korumakata ahada makumalakia. Samala ana marakumala hashki atamala yima karumalakichi kamala katoto balashkia. Samala hana marakumala hiya na malaya katar malaha. Shumala mala ikatar malaya Mala 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 katia shumala mala katia mala mala Shamala hana makoto umalaya malakati atakata Samalaha malakoto malashia yamarakoto palashkia tamalakoto tamalashia yamarakoto tamalashia. Samalahana maho malakia malakroma katamalashia yamalakoto. Just continue to work with your breath. If you feel any sensations in your body, just work with your breath to allow the energy to work through. Shi amalakoto malakati akatamalashia malakiti yamalakomalashia yamarakoto mala. Samalahana malakoto malashia yamalakoto malashia yamakoto toto. Samalaya ramakulaya nahana rakula shanaya. Solara malahaya rakulaya naya. Solara hanaya rakulaya haya. Solahaya rakulaya naya rakushanaya. Solara kaya rakulaya hanaranaya. Solaya ranokuyaraya. Soraya ranakulaya raha. Sorahaya ranulaya hayashaya. Soraya rakula sharana hayarala. Solahaya ranaya yarakula. Solahaya rakulaya nayarala. Solaya haya naya. Salahaya rakulaya nahala marakulaya. Salarahana makulaya ranamaya rashana. Sola. Solaya ranara kulaya naya. Solara halaya rakulaya naya. Sorara maralaya. Solara mahayana. Solamaki ana mahana korukotushi atamala haya marakotolaya. Asana makoto oshana mahaya kamalo kurukatia malai. Asama anahani ki orokobotu kushuniya mala karamakati shikitiana. Asana kamala rokoto shiana marakotolama. Saya hakato mala shiana marakoto shamala. Hasana kamala tuko malashia damala kurukotoshi atamala iamara kutosha mala sharabakotola mala adamala kurukumala si atakamala shurumala titikia namala kursho samala anamala ku ora makatishia namalakia samala harama kurukoto damala shia yamara kutosha narkata sanakarama ona malashia yamara kutola malai. Pasahana karama kolo komala shia katatata malakrokuku. Solamaha nakahana maruku utoshi namala ana marakuto tamala shia. Asana mahana maraku una malashia tamalakurko malakia. Asana ka omahana ki iya tamala kushu una malari ki tika malai. Osona ma ahana ka arana ko ola malashia ya marakutosho malata. Samalaiya namarukutola malai. Samalahana marukuto malai anana makolola. Shi ataka marakuto malai shiki atamalahi karamala. Sana malako omala shia malakuruko malaski atakamala. So just allow yourself to integrate. Just feel the expansion of your heart. Feel the expansion of your light. For this is the truth of who you are in every moment, should you choose it to be. And when you are ready and in your own time, just start to bring your awareness back into this now moment. Starting to be aware of your surroundings. Being aware of the room that you're in. And feeling your physical body. Just wiggling your fingers and toes. And just start to stretch. There's no rush. But when you are ready, you can open your eyes and bring yourself back into this now moment.
Sandra, thank you so much. That was amazing. I loved the singing as well. You didn't do that with me when we had our treatment, so it was beautiful. It's really lovely. Hope everyone's feeling good and relaxed. If there's anything you need, just unmute yourself or feel free to come off Zoom and just hop off. If you want to stay on and talk to Sandra, or if anybody felt anything profound or anything. I felt a lot of tension leave my neck, my head, which was great. It was lovely. I will post your details tomorrow, Sandra, in the email, so everyone can reach out if they want to. I hope everyone's lovely and chilled. And Sandra, thank you so much for doing that for us tonight. I really appreciate that. It's a lovely thing to do for the end of the week. Thank you so much.
An absolute pleasure, and I hope you all enjoyed it and you all have a lovely night's sleep.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to say thank you. I felt that everything released on my neck and shoulder. It's lovely. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Oh, everyone's really enjoyed it. It's great. Thank you, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Lovely evening. Lots of love. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.